Hi everyone, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. I want to talk about this. I just want to address how the so-called educated career woman forces herself into loneliness. And why she has a hard time getting a man in her life. Where do I start? Okay. You always hear these so-called career educated women, or should I say miseducated career women, talk about how many degrees they have, and they have a degree in this certain subject. They got their own job, they got their own place, own car, own money. We all, as men, have heard this, especially black women in America, say this shit all the time. But they always talk about how they can't find a man on their level, but yet they avoid men who are equal to their level or over their level. When it comes to hypergamy, they do desire that, but they want a man who is good looking. That's number one. Number two, has status, and three, got money, and four, able to control him, basically control his ass and control his money and resources. Basically, they want a man that they can rule over and actually control him and his money. Basically, they want a man that can simp for her. And that's just not realistic. You understand what I'm saying? It's just not realistic. And they eventually they come with these women who are like this. Eventually, come to realize is that if they go for a man who's higher than who's over them, they're gonna have problems. And if they can't, if they have a hard, if they have a hard, no. They have a hard time looking for a man who's above their level, and they can control and manipulate, especially with sex, and control his money and resources and take over the ship. But they want this guy to have male responsibility, but devoid of male leadership. They want a man who's established and got money and definitely got good looks. But at the same time, they want a man who's above them to see him as an equal, or they want a man who's above them to basically stand down and be in the subordinate position. And I'll say this in basic English. It's like this: they want a man, they want this perfect guy who's highly successful financially, but at the same time, these women want to tell him what the fuck to do and submit to them, and these women want to control his money and fucking resources, and basically be the bitch in the relationship. But that's not realistic. That's to you women out there, to you educated career women out there. That's not realistic. No real man is gonna let you walk all over him, and is gonna bust his ass to be a fucking slave to you, make all this money, be in a high social status of society, but at the same time, you want this man to worship you as fucking God. It doesn't work that way. You might want to rewind that part, but it's not going to work that way. Women, you got women who who are claiming to be quote unquote successful, saying they can't find a man on their level. But what level are you talking about, women? What do you mean by level? Oh, let me guess. Level is it's all about money. It's all about money. When it comes to you women out there, it's always about fucking money. Fiat currency, money that's not backed by anything. It's not fucking real. It's fucking useless. The American dollar is fucking useless. It's not fucking real. It's fiat currency. It's not backed by gold or anything. So I don't understand why you worship the fuck out of money. You gotta be financially equal to me. You gotta basically be in the same income bracket. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that people want somebody, who's in a similar income bracket, and at the same time don't want to be used and have a freeloader take advantage of them. But that's not the case. That doesn't really happen that much. When it comes to women wanting a man who's financially equal to them, they just don't want a guy that they want to fucking take care of. But they want a man to take care of them. I understand you don't want to take care of some lazy bum. But at the same time, you women are fucking bums too. Sometimes y'all can be the worst bum that there is. Lazy bums. I mean, some of you women can be the laziest bums in the world. I understand you don't want to take care of some lazy bum, a freeloader. Nobody wants that. But that's why some of you women want a man to to talk about money, have their finances equal to yours or above you. And some of you women got this neurotic idea, because truth of the matter is, the more, depending on if a woman reaches a certain class, she wants the man financially to be above, to have. These women want a man that can have more money than they have, and then all of a sudden want to take over and control that man, and have this man be a fucking slave to them, and have male responsibility but no male leadership. And that's not realistic. So you got women who are not honest with that. They're not honest about that. What else? Goddamn. And these so-called educated career women, they want a man who looks good. They want a man who's good looking, but people feel, when people go by looks, you're wrong for going by looks, because you've been conditioned to be and taught that what is attractive and what is unattractive, and you got these unrealistic expectation of what a person should look like and what their image should be, but nobody can live up to that image. Not even you women can live up to that image. And you women complain about men being shallow and superficial, but you women are the worst. Because if men were shallow and superficial, you would not have a large disparity of men living fucking alone. Okay, most of you women always have somebody. Even the most fattest, sloppiest woman can always have a man in her fucking life. It may not be the man that she wants, but she can get a man still. A man who's overweight. There's no woman who's in shape will give him the time of day. Even women that I've talked to in my lifetime who are fat and overweight, they won't talk to my ass any time of day. They won't give me the time of day, because for some reason, even though I admit I'm overweight. Sometimes I'm overweight and sometimes I'm fit. My weight goes up and down. But I mean, I've talked to women, who wouldn't give me the time of day because they felt I was fat, even though I was a couple pounds overweight. Even though they're fat, even though these bitches were fat and ugly their damn selves. talk about hypocrisy, talk about a double standard. You know, it's just fucking ridiculous. The main reason, another reason why, I mean, the problem with you women is, I'll touch on the whole level bullshit, but another reason why these women have a hard time finding a fucking man is because they don't fucking approach a man. They only deal with men who come up to them. And they got this, and these women got this mindset that they don't want to approach a man because they don't want to come across as aggressive, too forward, and too thirsty, and too needy. Which is bullshit, because these same women are fucking, when it comes to dealing with a guy that they're talking to, they want to know, they're aggressive when it comes to finding out how much money does he have in his bank account. They're fucking aggressive and thirsty and needy. What kind of car he drives, right? He has a car or not. They're fucking aggressive. They're fucking aggressive. These women are fucking aggressive when it comes to demanding shit from a man and telling them what a man should do for them. But if the man tells a woman what she should do for him, she's like, well, what do you bring to the table? Well, to you women out there, you want to demand stuff from a man. Oh, he got to take me out. He got to do this for me, do that for me. But you don't ask yourself, why should he do that for you? What makes you special? What makes you so special? A man doesn't owe you anything, just like we as men already understand that women don't owe us nothing either. So, well, a lot of you women need to lose that false sense of entitlement. Because when you demand shit, you are fucking aggressive. When you want to get in my personal business as a man, want to know my dating history, whether I have dating history or not, or what kind of women I was with or not, or you want to question my sexuality, you want to question my manhood, or you're trying to figure out if I'm a heterosexual male or a homosexual man. A lot of times, many of you women want to accuse a man of being gay because he didn't want to fucking talk to you, or he's not acting like he's not behaving like the man that you feel a man should behave, which is sexist. Because if I said a woman should behave this way and that way, that I'm considered sexist and I'm considered a misogynist. Double fucking standards. That's fucking being aggressive. And if you accuse a man of being sexist or having no respect for women and making these false accusations, that's being aggressive. Especially, and that's slander too. Making these false accusations about a guy because you're mad at him for some other reason, because you didn't get your fucking way. So you just didn't get your fucking way, and then you got the audacity to be fucking spiteful as shit. I mean, when it comes to women claim they don't want to, I don't want to run behind no man. I ain't chasing no man. Well, guess what? No man's chasing your ass either. Maybe 20 years ago, or 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, a man would chase a woman. But now a man will not approach you because it's not because of fear of rejection. Not always. That's not always the case. It's about, he don't want to be fucking. A man does not want to feel like he's wasting his time and opening his heart to a woman where she can just fucking shoot him down. It's about, men don't want to be humiliated. They don't want to be disrespected. They don't want to come across a bitch with a nasty attitude, someone who's conceited and narcissistic, and just flat out plain rude. Some of you women don't even, if a man says hi to you, you don't fucking speak, or you're just overtly disrespectful. And that's why men don't fucking approach women like they used to, because they don't want to encounter all that shit. That's why some of you women are afraid to approach men, because you don't want to be disrespected. You do not want to be humiliated, embarrassed. You don't want to come across a jerk who's a flat out, and you don't want to come across an asshole who's just obnoxious and condescending and mean to your ass. Let's keep it 100. So that's why some of you women are afraid to approach men, because you're afraid of getting your karma. And then Another reason why men don't pursue women like they used to is because they don't want to be accused of harassment, sexual harassment. They don't want to, and they don't, or stalking. That's, I mean, when, excuse me. That's why most men don't want to risk approaching a woman, because they don't want to come across legal troubles. Because a woman can accuse a man of anything, and a man can go to jail and lose his freedom. That's why. You know, I mean, literally, a lot of you women just, you know, fuck, I forgot. You know, I forgot I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. It's like most of you women just don't. Y'all want. It's like you women going to critique how a man should approach you and all that shit, but you don't want to. You don't want to approach a man, but you complain about you can't find a man. But there's men everywhere. There's men everywhere. And everywhere you go, there's always a man there. But you don't want to approach him because you don't want to get your feelings hurt, or because you don't want to give up anything. You don't want to invest time and your emotions and your feelings into a man because you're afraid that you're not going to get anything back. And that's a selfish way of looking at things. If you want something, you got to give in order to receive. That's why most of you women have a hard time finding a man. I don't want to sound redundant, but that's the reason. And then another reason why y'all women have a hard time finding a man is because you're too fucking picky. He got to be good looking. He got to have washboard abs. He got to have muscles. He got to be super handsome, and he got to be perfect. And there's no such thing as a perfect person. And so that's why you women are alone, because you're too superficial, you're too materialistic, and y'all fake as hell. I'm just gonna say it like that. And another reason, and then didn't you women who have your degrees and have your career, in your own house, your own car. Let me say this, and if I said it once, and I'll say it again, and I'm gonna have to say it again in the future. Men do not give a shit if you got these things. Men don't think like y'all. Men are not materialistic like that. If you think, paying your own bills on time does not make you an adult. It does not make you a better dating option, because a kid can pay their bills on time. There's people that I know who started paying bills when they were like 12 years old. Okay? So it doesn't make you special because you can pay your bills on time. Well, I got my own car, I got my own house, I got my own money. Bitch, okay, it's fine. If you got all that, then why are you looking for a man who has more than you? How come you can't meet a man who's equal to you? Because I'll tell you why. Because it's going to be a power struggle. Because of egos. You're not going to submit to a man unless you think this man is superior to you. And then you try to change the man and try to make him inferior to you because you got a vagina, which makes no sense. You know, just because you got your own house, your own car, I should say your own place, because some of you women don't have houses, some of you live in apartments. Just because you got your own place, your own so-called money, your own car, and your own job, and you got a degree, that does not make you a better dating option. It doesn't. It makes you a good roommate. It makes you a good to creditors out there. It makes you a reliable, responsible person when it comes to your credit report. But that shit, when it comes to attracting a man, you're not going to attract a man with those things. That does not make you a better wife. It doesn't make, it doesn't make you a better girlfriend. It does not make you a better dating option. It does not make you a better wife. That doesn't make you more attractive, okay, to a man. It doesn't. It may make, now to a broke, lazy man, he may find you attractive because of those things, but to a real man who can take care of him, who's productive and take care of himself, we don't care. We don't care about those things. Now we should care about some of those things because we don't want no gold digger either. But that's another subject in itself. And a lot of times when you women start to realize that those things don't matter, my thing is, how come some of you women who always talk about their career, their education, and their money, the only reason why y'all brag about that much is a turnoff. When it's really a turnoff when you women fucking brag about this shit, because you're trying to compensate people who brag about they got materialistic items and all that shit. Guess what? Let me tell you something. You can lose your job anytime. You can lose your car anytime. You can lose your career. You can lose your. What if you lose your job? You can lose all those materialistic things you have. You can lose it. It doesn't make you really independent, because the fact that because in order to have those things, those materialistic things, you have to work under somebody to get that money. So you're not really independent and you're not strong. That's what y'all gotta understand. Like I said before, having all those credentials does not make you a better mate. And a lot of you women, and some of you women don't realize it, like to admit, whether you like to admit it or not. That's why some of you women settle for these inferior males that you complain about. You say, I want a man on my level and all that shit. But if I can't control him, if I can't manipulate him, especially if a man who's above my so-called level, if I can't control him, if I can't manipulate him, if I can't use sex as a weapon against him, then I'm going to go for the low life. I'm going to pick a man who I perceive to be inferior to me, who may be lacking those credentials, so I'm going to settle for less. And you're going to try to control him with your resources and money. What you got to understand, a real man would not go for that, even if he's a blue-collar guy. You're not going to control him and manipulate him or try to attack his manhood and try to put him down because he's staying. Rather he moved in with you to your place, or you both got a place together, or you make. And let me say this: just because you make more money than a man, that doesn't make you fucking superior. I'm so sick and tired of people getting this attitude. If they have a lot of money, that means they're superior to another person, or they know everything. You don't. That's not the case. And women are the worst when it comes to this. Just because you make more money than the guy that you're fucking dating or fucking in a relationship with or you're fucking married to, that doesn't make you superior. It doesn't make you God. And people got to get out of this mindset. Just because you may have more materialistic possessions, luxury items, and other superficial bullshit, that doesn't make you above somebody. Or you have a job that's where you make more money. That doesn't mean you are superior to another human being because you make more money than this person, or this person is staying at my place, so I'm going to bully him around, or I'm going to bully her around because I got all this money. And that's the problem. Why do you think money is the reason why divorces happen? Because people always try to use money as a form of leverage over another person. They try to use resources over a person who's lacking resources to control them. And that's not love. That's not love. That's just a power stroke. It's a worthless, pointless argument, and a worthless, I should say, confrontation when y'all do that, especially you women. Well, I pay the bills around here. You need to submit to me. You need to kiss my ass. But it's funny, if a man did that to you, you wouldn't like it. And like I said before, just because you think because you got more money than a person, and you make more money than your man or your boyfriend, whatever, your husband, that doesn't make you God. It doesn't make you superior to him. Just like men, if men make more money than their woman, that doesn't make us God, and it does not make us superior over them. And people need to stop doing that. That's why you got domestic violence. That's why people get killed. That's why people get beat up, because they try to overpower another human being, and nobody's above anybody. And my last point, let's talk about why some of you so-called educated career women have a hard time keeping a man. I should say, getting a man and keeping a man is because of the fact that it's like this basically. My final point is this: you think because a man does not want to date you because you got your own, because you claim you got your own, because you're considered strong and independent, and I got my own place, and I got my own car, and I got my own money, and I got my own just over broke, job. You're intimidated by my fucking success. Some guys who don't have no substance, you may intimidate them, but when it comes to a real man, most of the time the reason why men don't want to date those kind of women is it's not because they're intimidated by your so-called success. What is success to you? What is success? How can you call yourself a success when you're doing what everybody else is doing? You're supposed to pay your bills on time. No shit. Everybody does that. Why do you want brownie points for that? Or you have your own vehicle. Now, if you want to have your own vehicle, that's your choice or not, or what type of vehicle you have. Just as long as you can afford to make the payments on time, that's on you. That doesn't make you, that doesn't make you a success, especially if you got to pay a monthly, if you got to pay that car note every month. It doesn't make, that's not considered a success to me. Or you work in a just over broke, or you have your own house. My definition of success is like this: if having my own business, that to me eventually that's what my dream is, to have my own business, to make my own money without working under somebody else. To me, that's a success, and being wealthy. And I can be able to buy whatever the fuck I want without no fucking payment plan. That's a success to me. What's also what's also considered a success to me is be able to have a family, to have the woman I love and care about, and she feels the same way, and have a family, and we build this family, and we build an empire. That's considered a success. But a lot of you women don't look at it like that. Y'all think because you got these materialistic things and you got some money that you think, men are not impressed by that. I'm sorry. Just because a guy does not want to be with you or not interested in you, that doesn't mean he's intimidated by your success. Or if he breaks up with you, it has nothing to do with he's intimidated by your success. It's more so because you're a fucking bitch. I'm gonna say it like this: no man wants to come home to. And another thing, before I even go there, you can't handle a strong woman. Now, like I said, it has nothing to do with the reason why a man does not want to date, don't want to talk to you, or he don't want to be in a relationship with you, is not because he's intimidated by a strong woman, or he's intimidated by your success. No, he's not intimidated by you. He doesn't want to deal with you. He does not want to deal with a overbearing, confrontational, belligerent bitch who's self-absorbed, superficial, artificial, has a self-inflated ego, and full of herself, and brags about everything. It's annoying. I really can't stand when people brag about every fucking thing they got. That tells me you have no substance, and you're trying to compensate for the lack of substance. No, we don't want a belligerent, confrontational, combative, disrespectful, egotistical, narcissistic bitch who's full of herself and cares about nobody else but her fucking self. That's why a lot of you women who are working professionals, that's why a lot of y'all have a hard time having a man in your life. One, you don't approach men. Two, y'all think y'all try to attract a man with materialistic items, and you think men are attracted to status like that. That's not us. That's y'all. Another serious problem that many of you women have is that you turn down every guy that you meet because they don't fit your list of high expectations, and you're too damn picky. That's your problem too. And the final point is, you think because you had some level of success that you think that you're the shit. You're not. What's really going to attract a man is being loving. Let me tell you what's really going to attract a man. Being respectful, treating somebody the way you want to be treated. That's how you attract a man. Being a lady, being polite, being sweet, knowing how to cook a meal, knowing being I don't know how to you say it, being motherly material, knowing how to be a wife and knowing how to be a mother and loving children. Men are simple. That's what it takes. And if you can't build a family, if you're not about family, and that's the problem, that's the biggest problem, the reason why that's my issue with feminism. Feminism is not about pro-family. It's about destroying family. And that feminazi attitude and you being a misandric bitch is the reason why most men don't want to fucking be with you. And some of you women are whores and sluts. And a man don't want to deal with a woman who's been around the block. So you know what I'm saying? So y'all it's all about reflection. Take a look at yourself and you'll find out why you're struggling and you're going through what you're going through. And that's all I gotta say. Y'all need to look at yourselves and love yourself and know how to treat people the way you want to be treated. So that's all I gotta say on my piece.